Okay, today's Algebra 2 objective is to divide polynomials using synthetic division. So our objective today is to divide polynomials using synthetic division. So we're dividing polynomials still, but we're dividing them in a different way. Today we're using synthetic division. Synthetic division is significantly easier than long division if you follow the steps. It's very step by step. It's important that you follow those steps and pay attention to the numbers and the signs. Okay, so we're going to start working this by doing a problem. Our first problem is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 divided by x minus 4. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 divided by x minus 4. Now, step 1 is to write the opposite of the number part. So we're going to write the opposite of the number part of the divisor. And the divisor is what you're dividing by. So step 1 is write the opposite of the number part of the divisor, and the divisor is what you're dividing by. So the number part of my divisor is this negative 4. The opposite of negative 4 is 4. So I write down 4, and I'm just going to put a little box around it to separate it from the other things I'm going to write. Step 2 is write the coefficients Coefficients means the numbers in front. So we're going to write the coefficients. And what we're going to write the coefficients of is this, the 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. So I'm going to write 3, 2, negative 1. Those are my coefficients. That's just the number part. Step 3 is bring down the first number. So step 3 is bring down the first number. So this 3, I just draw an arrow, I bring it down, I write it on that line. Step 4 is multiply and add. So step 4, multiply and add. And what I multiply and add is I do 3 times 4. So this 3 down here times this 4 out here. 3 times 4 is 12, and I write the 12 underneath the 2. So I took this 3 times the 4, and I got 12. I wrote it underneath the 2. Now this is where I add. 2 plus 12 is 14. And I start that process all over again. 14 times 4 is 56. That goes underneath this negative 1. 1 plus 56 is 55. Now I'm done with all the work. Now I have to get my answer. The way I get my answer from this is I work from right to left. Starting on the right, this last number is always going to be your remainder. So I'm going to start with my answer from that 55. It's my remainder, so I write it as 55 over what I divided by, x minus 4. Now I'm going to keep working to the left. This 14 is the number part of my answer. It does not get an x. Remember, we're doing reverse of standard form. Remainder, number, and then this 3 gets the x. And there's my answer. The last number is always your remainder. It goes over what you divided by. Then working to the left, the next number is just the plain number, and then the next thing gets the x. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 divided by x minus 4 is just 3x plus 14 plus 55 over x minus 4. The answer looks the same as long division, it's just a quicker and easier way. Problem number 2. So let's do some more. Problem number 2 is 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 10 divided by x minus 2. 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 10 divided by x minus 2. Now, hopefully right away when you look at that, you see that there's a problem. Our problem is that we're missing the x term. We're missing the x term. So that means that we have to put in a 0x. So up here, I'm going to write in plus 0x so that I don't forget that. Now I start by looking at what I'm dividing by. And I take the number part and I do the opposite. What's the opposite of negative 2? 2. And I put a little box around it. Then I write my coefficients. My coefficients are going to be 4 because of the x cubed, 3 because of the x squared. Then I put in my 0 for the x, and then the 10. My next step is bring down this 4, and I start multiplying and adding. So my coefficients were 4, 3, 0, 10. Bring down the 4 and start multiplying and adding. We do 4 times 2 is 8. That goes underneath the 3. And we add 3 plus 8 is 11. Then we take that 11 times 2 is 22, and it goes underneath a 0. 0 plus 22 is 22. Then we do 22 times 2 is 44, and that goes underneath a 10. 10 plus 44 is 54. So we're done with the work. Now we get our answer. Remember, the last number is our remainder. And I always work on synthetic division. I always get my answer from right to left because that makes it easier for me. So I take 54, I put it over what I divided by, the x minus 2, and I keep working forward. The 22 is a plain number. It doesn't get an x. Remember, standard form, that is just the number. Keep going forward, the 11 gets an x, and so that means that 4 gets the x squared. It has to be in standard form, and so backwards it goes remainder, number, x, x squared, and so on. And there's our answer. Okay, so let's do another one, number 3. Number 3 is 6x squared minus 5x minus 6 divided by x plus 3. So I want to give you a minute to try to set it up on your own. So set it up right now on your own. Okay, remember you take the divisor, the number part of it, and the opposite. What's the opposite of positive 3? Negative 3. So that's what goes on the outside. And then we write our coefficients. Our coefficients are 6, negative 5, and negative 6. Your next step, drop down the 6. Once you drop down that 6, it's all about multiplying and adding. Multiply and add, multiply and add, multiply and add. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Negative 5 and negative 18 makes negative 23. Because you add those, and when you add, two negatives make a negative. Your calculator will come in really handy on that section, especially for the multiplying and adding. Then we do negative 23 times negative 3. Negative 23 times negative 3 is positive 69. Negative 6 plus 69 is 63. Now again, there's our answer. We're done with the work. Now we have to write it. 63 is our remainder. So 63 over x plus 3. Going forward, this minus 23 is our plain number, no x. The 6 gets the x. So remember, right to left, remainder, number, x, and then if there were more, x squared, x cubed, and so on. One more, number 4. 3x to the 4th minus x plus 2 divided by 4x minus, oops, wrong problem, divided by x minus 2. So it's 3x to the 4th minus x plus 2 divided by x minus 2. When we set it up, we take the opposite of negative 2, and that's positive 2. Now when I look at 3x to the 4th minus x plus 2, I see lots of things missing. I see x to the 3rd is missing, and I see x squared is missing. So I'm going to write those in up there so that I remember it. Now when I write my coefficients, it's 3, 0, 0, negative 1, and 2. The 3 because of the x to the 4th, 0x to the 3rd, 0x squared, negative 1x, plus 2. So I'll give you a minute to go from there. Remember that you bring down the 3, and then you multiply and add. Multiply and add. It's a pattern. Bring down the 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 0 plus 6 is 6. Repeat it. 6 times 2 is 12. 0 plus 12 is 12. 12 times 2, 24. Negative 1 plus 24, 23. 23 times 2, 46. 2 and 46, 48. Now when we write our answer, again, I always go right to left because my remainder is at the end. 48 goes over x minus 2. And I put a plus sign there because it's a positive. The 23 is positive, so plus